Welcome back. So, this is the home stretch, and artist of the week is a Nigerian writer, singer, is signed under the Marvin label, and he's also loved by a lot of fans. He broke into the Nigerian music industry when he was featured in the Marvin All Star song, Dorobuchi. You remember that?
Dorobuchi. Doro fresh.
Alongside his other
Doro
label
mommy.
mates. And so his song, Godwin, Go-
I don't
Godwin,
get a lot.
Godwin. So this sealed him in the heart of his fans. We have in the studio this morning, Korede Bello.
Hello.
Thank you very much.
Who's rolling the drum?
I'll do it. I'll do it.
There you go. There you go.
Thank you for having
Good
me.
to have you this morning.
Ma'am.
Wow. So we
You're
have.
looking
You're
so
looking very
beautiful.
prosperous.
I think I am prosperous. Not that I think I am prosperous.
Oh,
By the
yeah,
special grace of
great.
God.
Find a
Great.
Nigerian who's
Great.
honest.
I know, right? I like to
Okay,
deflect
so-
praise.
Find a Nigerian one who's honest. Yes, you are prosperous. Listen, this is not how you looked the last time you were in this studio.
But my prosperity has nothing to do with the way I look. By me saying I'm prosperous, I'm actually referring to my internal and my existential being. I'm a prosperous human being.
Human being.
But thank you for the
Korede.
compliment. I enjoyed it.
Korede has changed.
So what's been going on with you?
That's a big question. It's an open-ended question. I don't know where to start, but
Start from somewhere.
But you've been busy.
I've been busy being still. What I mean by that is I've been trying to figure out what really matters. You know, what is actually what doing. What are the necessities? What is the purpose? And
It's important.
so that's why I said I've been busy being still. Like I've been trying to understand what this is going on. Because I realized with music is, I mean, someone once told me that music is one of the only things on earth that was not created on earth, on this planet. So it is such a powerful medium that we take for granted now. And I don't want to be a medium that projects um, music poison or audio poison or negativity. So it's very fragile industry. So that I'm trying to really understand, like, okay, this is a purpose. How can I serve humanity better by understanding what I'm here for? So
Because
that's
a
what
lot
I've
of
been
people perhaps have been looking. So where is Korede after
I
Godwin?
know. I mean, I think that's an unfair question because they should follow me on my social media platforms. They'll know where I am. But that is for people who, my Godwin audience. I always say this in interviews. Um, I don't just do Godwin type of songs. Fortunately for me and us, Godwin, brought me a lot of attention and a broader audience than a mass audience. But I also do different types of music. Now, because I haven't put out something like Godwin, I feel like they haven't seen that Korede Godwin in a while. But I have been other Korede Bellows, over the years. And I understand what that is, but I don't want to be put in a box. I mean, I think that's fatal for any artist, for people to just put you in a folder and say, we want you to keep doing this.
Okay, so what have you done after Godwin?
Oh, yes, I have, by the grace of God, I put out Romantic Display. That was after Godwin, and that's
Okay.
an international success as well. I have Do Like That, my most commercially successful digital song or song ever.
Most successful?
Yes, it is the most successful. Digitally, commercially, financially, Do Like That has brought me so much of that good stuff.
Okay.
Yes, I put out Joko
So-
2 weeks ago.
So, the most successful one is
Yes,
the
ma'am.
one you're going to sing us out with.
Okay.
We have closed the program
No problem,
today.
ma'am.
Okay?
No problem.
Right.
Well, you have to dance.
Okay.
That's the deal.
Okay.
We call the shots on this set.
Well, I also call the
Okay.
shots regarding my performance.
No. When you're on your stage, you can tell us what to do.
Well, you asking me to be
Here,
on stage.
We tell you what to do.
Okay, let me take you back to what you said at the beginning.
Yes,
You
ma'am.
said you don't want to be found doing poisonous musical sound. What does that mean?
So, I have to take off my glasses for this one. Like I said, music is a very powerful medium. And there's only two things you can do with music. You can either uplift people with music or put people, you know, in misery, whether they know it or not. That's good energy, bad energy. I found out that I am created to resonate with positive energy or trap positive energy in form of music and put it out there so people can bask in that wellness and prosperity. Um, but unfortunately, my generation, or what just around the world right now, is so much negativity in the music, and the fans identify with that, whether they know it's good for them or not. Now, if you're not doing that type of music, it almost feels like,
They're not happening.
thank you very much. But no disrespect to the fans. I think they just, if people knew better, they would do better. So my job, or our job as musicians, is to be able to, package the message, the content, in a package that is in a language that people can understand. So it's not necessarily the message, it's the packaging that we haven't been getting right. We can have good stuff, but if we package it in a way that, young people, anybody can still like it, I think that's what we should do better. That's what I meant by that.
Okay. Okay, just for some of our viewers who may not have met you in terms of knowing your background and, educationally and things like that, let's talk about that.
Okay, I'm a graduate of mass communication from Nigerian Institute of Journalism. I think that's about that for now. But I am a student of life. I think I've learned so much more outside, class settings than I did in school settings. Unfortunately, people just take this class thing to be the thing. But I am a student of life. I think that's the kind of title I like to go by.
Okay, and you're from
I'm
Adamawa State.
I'm Nigerian. I'm a patriotic Nigerian.
Okay.
I am representative of all tribes.
Of all. But from this.
But I was birthed from the southwest. I am Lagos Aboriginal, if you may say that. Yes.
Okay, let's talk more about your
You said
music.
Adamawa just now?
No, I
Actually have some Adamawa blood.
I
That
just
is so
teased
weird.
him.
But it's true, actually. I had somewhere in my
really?
lineage, I have an Adamawa blood in me. So I found that, wow, how did you know that? That's weird.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Maybe, okay. I was just teasing.
All right.
Let's talk more about your music.
Thank you.
What next is on the plate for you?
Moving forward, you're getting to see my face a lot more because now I have, a sharper sense of direction to guide my life and my music. So you've seen my face more. I just put out new music yesterday, new song yesterday, and it's called Mr. Vendor. That's a new video. 2 weeks ago, I put out Joko. We had a Joko challenge online. It was sort of like a humility campaign of some sort. We engaged, the audience or the public to sing on top of a beat and, just telling people to be humble. And that was also very viral. Then we picked...
Is that the Joko?
That's the Joko. Joko means sit down, like be humble. So we picked a rapper, a singer, and 3 dancers, and we gave them 500,000 naira each as winners. So that's about 2.5 or something. We shot a video as well, featured them in it, and that was really good. I'm really excited about that one too, empowering other people and giving them a platform. But the newest one is called Mr. Vendor. That's the one that is currently, Mr. Vendor.
Mr. Vendor.
What's that about?
Okay, it's a feel-good song. It's a good vibe. But to me, what it means is, the reason why we chose the title Mr. Vendor is, I realized that we can do so much about, this corruption and everything that, is going wrong in the society by promoting the middle scale or the people who we look down upon, like those traders and the vendors in general, whatever the industry they're in. If we smile upon those type of jobs, we can boost their self-esteem and all of young people would not be so ashamed to, you know, be a
in the
Gary vendor or fish vendor or farmer. Those professions are not, you know,
That
so
people may look
estimable.
down
Yes,
on.
they feel like, I don't want to be seen doing agriculture, you know. So I subconsciously I want to plant in the minds of people that you can be a shopkeeper, you can be anything and still be proud of it. You don't need to press laptop to, you know, keep appearances. So that's what it is for me.
Now, let's talk about the entertainment industry. The industry has grown by leaps and bounds, and it's turning over so much money. Um, where do you see this industry, say, in 10 years? Can it get any bigger than it is now?
Yes, it definitely can get bigger because we keep growing as a people, and what that is more demands. More people, more demands, and more demand for music because music is universal. But what we see happening in the last 5 years, in the next 10 years, is Nigerian music global influence. We can see, you know, the partnerships, the collaborations. So we're seeing music being exported, or entertainment in general, as a strong contender of the most exportable Nigerian product, the most contributing GDP, you know, whatever it is. I see that coming next 10 years. But I also fear, because if you have a baby monster, in the next 10 years, it would still be a bigger monster. Now, if you have a baby unicorn, next 10 years, it'll be a bigger unicorn. The problem is not growth. The problem is, what are we growing? It's like a disease that spreads. If what is growing is not pure energy, it would just be mass destruction.
But it seems to be good energy, because I
It's a bit
heard
of both.
Akon in an interview saying a few years ago, American artists would turn up their nose when they heard Nigerian names.
Yeah.
But now they're begging you all for collabos.
That is, I mean, it happened with the Jamaican reggae scene. It happened with it's happening with the Caribbean scenes as well. What happened? The world revolves, and we're having our moments right now. Like we said, next 5 years, it wouldn't be somebody else. But what I'm saying is, what type of music are we glorifying as a people? What type of music are we choosing to export? There are a lot of talented people in Nigeria. No disrespect to anybody, but I feel like we can do better with our content. That's what I really hope for us to grow.
Certainly, in content, yes, yes. You're right on that one.
Okay.
But as long as the music is,
Feel good?
yeah, and people can move to it, they will listen to it.
Absolutely.
But it may not last, but at least
Keep people going. I believe so too. I personally believe that we don't listen to music, that we feel music.
Oh, yeah.
So at the end
Yeah,
of the
because
day,
sometimes you're dancing and dancing, and then
You
you
don't
hear
know.
something and
Yeah,
say,
like-
"Okay, am I really dancing to this? Did I
Yes.
just hear this? Did
Exactly.
somebody just say, you know, some swear words, some obscene kind of, you know,
plenty of obscenities, yes.
you know."
yeah, I mean, the music activates the motor neurons in our brain. So we're actually moving to the music before we realize that we're moving to it, whether you're dancing or not. So we feel music before we listen to it. That's why sometimes, like you rightly said, you know, you're dancing before you know that what's going on. But as long as it makes you feel good for that moment, if it makes you feel okay, you can detox your mind. And the problem is, we don't have enough time to detox as young people with the amounts of music that we consume. We just go back to back. Back in the day, we listen to an album and we can rest before the artist brings it. But now it's endless stream of content. We need to be able to detox our mind of the.
Okay, let's go on a quick break. When we come back, you were unveiled as the police ambassador some time ago. We'll have your take on some of the issues surrounding policing in Nigeria. Just stay with us. Welcome back. We still have Korede Bello with us in the studios. And just before we went on that break, I said you were going to, you know, weigh in on some of the issues surrounding policing.
Yeah.
You are an ambassador, or you
Yes.
were.
I am
You
a
are
police
still.
ambassador.
Okay. So, what do you think about the call for the end SARS and then this spate of killings by the police?
It is very saddening. I also, um, what is it? What is the word? The families of the people who have been killed. I'm looking for the word. What's the word when you condole? Well,
You empathize with them.
thank you very much, Jesus. I empathize with the families of the victims. It is not a good look for us as a people, the police force. But I also believe that what we have seen is a people problem. It's not a police problem. Um, the police is like a symptom of an endemic disease that is facing us as a people. And we are concentrating too much on curing the symptoms rather than the disease itself. I believe so much more can be done to address the issues at the very core. We have a corruption problem in this country, and it trickles down to every sector. And what happens when that happens is the people who are being ripped off below are going to be in survival mode. And when you're in survival mode, you're not thinking straight. So it's a really tough one, but I believe that we should address the disease and not just the patients. Let us embrace the patients, and let us understand where the problem is from and cure the disease internally, and the symptoms will naturally disappear. Because what we have been doing for over the years is just treating the symptoms. The police do this one, you call them, or somebody does a crime, you arrest them, lock them in prison. That is not solving the problem. We have a mental illness issue that we need to address as a people. We're having mild forms of mental illness in Nigeria as a people. Everybody. And it is not funny because, for instance, like these people are on the streets, for so long, and somebody pulls up, and they're sweating, and you try to, not in anybody's defense, but you try to like talk down on
Because I was
them.
going to say that because you have been at your duty post and perhaps you see somebody who is driving in a car that's got air conditioned and then comes down and speaks Queen's English and then you get ticked off.
No, that is no excuse for being unprofessional. I mean, no way supporting those types of unprofessionalism. I'm just saying that this is a mental issue. It's a self-esteem issue. When you arm somebody who doesn't feel empowered naturally, they feel like this is their only source of power, and they want to, because you're also projecting power, they want to defend themselves. But like I said, it is a two-way thing. The people are to blame, police is to blame, but it's not a blame game. We need to address the issue. How can we improve the welfare of the police? How can we equip the mental capacity of the people that we enroll into the force? How can we retrain our police officers? How can we upscale the requirements that is necessary to enroll in the force? How can we ensure that when people steal, like the people on top of the force or whatever in charge of disbursing the funds, who is in charge of penalizing them? How can we openly see who is doing good as a police officer and seeing who is doing bad, rather than just
punish the bad ones?
exactly,
Yes.
rather than just saying everything, this, that. We're not saying so much of that. So it is a 360.
Support end SARS.
No, we have ended SARS. I mean, I remember the recall by the vice president. What is going on right now is a recall, like a overhaul of the entire system.
There's the police reform bill.
Exactly. There's the reform bill that just got signed. Yeah. That's what I identify with. I identify with a complete reform. We need a reform. It's not about ending. That's just the symptoms of something that is endemic. So we need a total reform for the force. We need better welfare. We need to police compensate families of fallen heroes. I don't hear about that. There are a lot of policemen that are dying on the duty. And I've heard from personal experience that a lot of them sometimes are not being catered for. They have families, they have children. When I hear that, when people tell me or when I see online, they say, police is bad, it's different from when I hear a police relative say that, it's not being treated right. That's different. That's personal.
Okay. I hope as an ambassador, you're doing your bit to.
By the grace of God, which is what we're doing. Talk about it. Talk about solutions. I want us to talk about solutions rather than problems.
Okay. Thank you.
Are you married?
Thank you.
Not yet. Very soon.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
looking.
He said very soon, so we'll watch out. Thank you so much for coming on this morning.
For
but
having
as
me.
she has said, you're gonna sing us out.
We'll just close the program and hand it over to you. So that's Sunrise for today. We'll bring you a fresh edition next week. I'm Alera Edu, wishing you a very happy weekend and a very happy May Day holiday as well. See you next week.
And I'm your May Otaigbe. Thank you so much for sharing your time with us. Over to you.
And I am Korede Bello, Omolope, mega superstar. I know, as you don't see my face, God you win. As I go soon marry, God you win. Anything I do.